Hey everybody, my name is Ashlyn Goswick. I'm just coming to you from my car in downtown Tulsa. I'm about to grab some lunch. I actually just left my ultrasound technician school interview. So I want to be a sonographer is my end goal, and I just wanted to hop on here and let you guys know kind of what it was like. If you're going to be going into the same field, or if you have any questions, I'd love to try to help. Of course, I'm not even into the program yet, so there's a lot that I still don't know. So the very first thing that I'd like to tell you guys is that you have to get prerequisites before you can apply to your program. Here's a little disclaimer that everybody's prerequisites for different programs are going to differ. This is just my personal experience, the classes that I had to take personally to be able to even apply to the program. So I started out college intending to get my bachelor's in biology. Then I started doing some job shadowing and I came across ultrasound and I fell in love with it, and I learned how dynamic it is. It's a field where you can do all sorts of different types of modalities, and it's pretty impressive pay for the schooling that it takes. So I kind of switched gears and I started working on my prerequisites. At this time, I had already built up a lot of them because I was going to a private university, and so I already had like human anatomy and physiology. I had my college algebra. I had, let's see, what else did they need? They needed English composition. I had already taken 1 and 2 of that. Oh, sorry, there's a horn. And just a couple of other classes along those lines, very basic courses, except for the human anatomy physiology was specific for the field because they want you to have a general idea of the human body, and you have to be able to be prepared to start scanning human bodies. So I did all my prerequisites. I think my GPA was a 3.76, and so I took that information, I applied to the program. We had to apply by April 1st. I heard from them less than a week later. I applied early, but they reviewed my application and I got in. Over 300 people applied. 50 got asked back for an interview. And of the 50 of us that got an interview, only 14 will be accepted into the program. This is an associate's degree program. It's not a certificate program and it's not a bachelor's. It's right there in the middle. So anyway, I just had my interview this morning and it's very nerve-wracking. They split it up into groups of people. So my group this morning was 7 of us, and basically they break down the program for you. They give you like a little score sheet. You do a group activity, you do a written, and then you do an individual interview. So it's like a multi-step process. So I went in and they gave us that information. They gave me my score sheet with my current points. I got a 30 on my ACT, so they gave me the full 10 points for that. My 3.76 GPA got me 8 points. And having A's in all my prerequisite courses gave me 3 points each. So that was very helpful, I feel like. I hope that they look at those numbers. I have an associate's in biology, which I accidentally did enough classes for just by trying to get prereqs knocked out, and by changing career paths and stuff like that, I got enough credits to graduate with my associate's in biology. So that's another thing that they look at and they will hopefully be impressed by. So, we get that score sheet and then we do a written portion. They gave us 10 minutes, and basically what they wanted us to write about was our study methods. And I think they wanted us to write about this to see how creative we can get about studying and time management. They want to know if we're going to be a good and dedicated student and be able to absorb all the material that's going to be coming at us in a very fast pace. That was a written portion. Then there was a group portion. They had all 7 of us stand around this desk, and there's a large white piece of paper. We each got a marker, and they wanted us to draw a big circle and then write down things in that circle that all of us had in common. And I think the purpose of this was to show communication skills, leadership skills, and being able to think on your feet. So I tried my best to be really involved with that. After that, let's see, they just let us ask any questions we had. Here's an interview tip. If you are ever getting interviewed, make sure you find a question to ask. You want to act like you are very interested in what you are applying for, whether it be a program or a job. So I asked my questions, everybody else asked their questions, had some great questions and answers, really cleared a lot of things up for me as well. And then we were sent into the hallway and called in one by one for our individual interviews, which I will have you know, I signed up last online for my time slot, and so I was the very last one interviewed. So I was heading in the hallway alone after that last girl went in, and I was so nervous, but hopefully it's a good thing. Maybe I was the last person that they see today, so I tried to make a lasting impression. They only asked 3 questions when I went in for my interview. The first question they asked is, what is ultrasound and what does an ultrasound technician do? So they wanted to know my base knowledge of the program that I'm interested in to see if I had done any research. The second question they asked was, what are 3 things you have done to prepare yourself to be a good candidate for the program? So make sure that you're job shadowing, make sure that you're researching online, and make sure that you're getting good grades in those prerequisite courses. That was my 3 things. That was my answer. The last question that they asked was, what's your personality traits that makes you a good candidate for the program? So it's hard to brag about yourself, but really talk yourself up and just brag. Just let them know that you're really friendly and personable. You can make people be put at ease. You really know what you're talking about. So those are some of the things that I did. That's, you know, and then I left the interview. I felt pretty confident, so hopefully all will go well and I will get accepted. Right now it is April 25th. She has the last set of interviews this following Tuesday on the 30th, and then after that she's going to review, the main head director is going to review along with her 2 coworkers and pick out the top 14 students. And so she said, you have to answer your email. You will either be accepted, denied, or put as an alternate, and you have to respond to that email and accept your position within a week of receiving the email, or you'll lose it. It's very competitive. Only the top 14 out of 50 of us that interviewed will get in. So I'm going to be keeping an eye out on my email. I'll let you guys know. Hopefully I'll get into the program and be able to continue making videos to let you guys know about my experience. You guys have a good day. Bye.